Hello and welcome back to part 8. On the previous episode, we had a battle at the Guardian Tree where we fought the Ixal and pretty much prevented them from corrupting the tree, taking it over. And after the battle, we got our reward and got to meet the Elder Seedseer herself, the leader of Gridania. And she bestowed upon us the title of Emissary for an upcoming festival. But since we're kind of at this natural pause in the story, I thought it might be a good idea to take this next little bit to work on getting caught up with our Archer quest line, because we've only done one quest. So we're going to go back in here and talk to Luciane, and see what we need to do next, because we are on a level 5 quest, but we are level 16, actually. So Guildmaster Luciane wishes to instruct you on the fundamentals of archery. Good evening to you, Halyck. I felt that it was about time you returned. Have you grown more accustomed to the bow? Before we go any further, I wish to ensure that you have grasped the fundamental essence of archery. Tell me, Halyck, do you truly understand what it means to see clearly? To see clearly is not merely to look, it is to observe with intent. Fail to do this, and no amount of talent with a bow will avail you. An archer must remain vigilant for any trace of his target, overlooking not the smallest detail, lest it prove crucial to the realization of his purpose. He must, in short, see clearly. The coming task will test your powers of observation. A number of targets have been hidden throughout the city. I would have you seek out and destroy them. Each will fall easily to your heavy shot technique. When you have completed the task, return to me and we will continue. Okay, so we need to destroy 6 targets using heavy shots, which is just our number 1. All right, so we're going to see some right away here. If I remember correctly, maybe I thought there was one here. Oh, there's one right there. All right. There's one. I know they're kind of all over the place. Keep an eye out here for the sparklies. There's one. Okay. Keep moving through the city here. I'm sure none of the guards or the townspeople will mind that I'm, shooting random things. Okay, let's see. 2 more. Oh, there's one. Let's go south here. Seems like a rather lovely and lively night here in Gridania. A lot of people around the Aetherite. Where's the last one? There it is. Well, at least it's one of them. All right. Simple enough, right? We'll use the Aetherite to go back. We should have 2 more that we can do here. We'll just knock them out. Because I think they should give us maybe some skills or gear or something. I don't know if we're going to be able to use it, but... Ah, you have returned. I trust you have begun to comprehend the crucial importance of seeing clearly. The next trial will test your powers of observation in battle. Travel to the North Shroud, and there put down 8 microchews and 8 appos. In contrast to the inanimate and wholly unthreatening targets of the previous trial, these creatures may be relied upon to move around and fight back. Nor are those the only differences. Being comparatively numerous, microchews and oppos are anything but difficult to find, and yet you may be assured that this task will test your powers of observation, albeit in a different manner. This time, you will need to evaluate the abilities of your opponent. In so doing, you will learn amongst other things that microchews produce a poison that can quickly sap one's strength, while Oppos, like archers, possess the advantage of range. Knowing their strengths, how will you go about mitigating them? If you commence your attack before identifying an effective strategy, you will soon be made to regret your folly. But if you take the time to observe your targets from afar, you will surely glean the knowledge necessary to defeat them. I look forward to hearing of your success, Halyck. Okay, we're still on that same level 5 quest, but this time we're going to go to a slightly different area that we haven't really been to yet. So we're going to go to North Shroud. In order to do so, we actually need to go out a different gate in Old Gridania, and we need to go over here. Am I going the right way? No, we need to go up here. And I think both of these creatures are out here, I think. Maybe? We'll find out. All right. So I don't know if there's any of our hunt log on this in this area. We'll find out though. Didn't see anything yet. But our orange circle there tells us where we kind of need to go. Ah, there actually are some things over here. It's a Mitch Swarm. Which should be really easy for us because we're like 10 levels ahead of where we should be in terms of doing this. Okay. Not really putting up a huge fight. Then again, like I said, we are higher level than they are, but the thing that's interesting about this quest is that, you know, the text in the conversation leading up to it was all about like analyzing situations, and not really a whole lot of analyzing we need to do here, you know. Pretty straightforward. It's a little anticlimactic. Okay. Finished that one. Is the other one not around here? Okay, I guess it's... Oh, wait. No, it's up here. I had a feeling that both that I needed were around here, but it's been a while. There's some of the Exali for the Fate, which are the world event going on here. I'm going to do a lot of the Fate stuff outside of recording, if I do it at all. I don't know if I really need to, but just because the main story quest line is going to give us more than enough experience that we need, so I probably won't bother a whole lot. At least, like Luciane told us, these microchews do emit that poison cloud, so I mean there is a little bit of, you know, concern there in just terms of like, okay, we just need to be far away from them, but again, not super dangerous. Okay. Oh, whoops, that was the last one I needed. Oops. Alright. Let's go ahead and return back to Gridania. get this turned in and see what we get. Okay. So, pop back over there. And we'll see what this next one is. All right, all done. Welcome back, young Halyck. Tell me, were you able to put your techniques to good use? When faced with an enemy who can attack from a distance, simply raining arrows upon it is wasteful and dangerous both. The battle would be not more than a contest of strength. By employing the appropriate technique, however, one may bring down one's foe with greater ease and fewer arrows. For instance, you may choose to prime your weapon well and strike hard, or employ toxins to sap their strength over time. On the assumption that this fact dawned upon you prior to the fall of your 16th target, I congratulate you on passing the trial. I'm going to assume that this person's name is Leia, maybe? I'm going to go Leia. Silver, what is your honest evaluation? Not bad, if you ask me. The adventurer pulls a good bow, and is enthusiastic besides. Pleasure to meet you. My name is Leia Alipo, and this is my 2nd year at the guild. It's quite plain you have talent with a bow, but you must take care to mind your surroundings when you're pursuing a target. I had my eye on you for the duration of your trial, but not once did you notice my presence. Mind your surroundings? That is rich, coming from you. Your every movement is wasteful, adventurer. Your back is crooked and your elbows misaligned. It takes you an age to prime your bow and twice as long to loose an arrow. In summary, you fail on all accounts. You have no talent as an archer, none whatsoever. I shall say it plain, Luciane. This man is not fit to wield a bow. For our sake and his, we should revoke his membership. As I've always said, outsiders can scarce be expected to understand, never mind master, our noble art. We waste our breath trying to teach his like. Well, allow me to introduce you to Silver, our comrade at the butts. At the butts. The fellow was once of the god's quiver, you see, and he can be a little opinionated when it comes to archery. Oh, but you mustn't pay him any heed. He's like that to everyone. You'd be lucky to get much sense out of a fossil-brained Wildwood Elysian like him at the best of times. With them, it's always 12s would this and elementals that. And, oh, ahem, no offense intended, Luciane. None taken, Leia. I know full well that some of my kind can be prideful to excess and intolerant of other races. Although people may behold the same object, ever will they see different things. There is no right or wrong to it, for it is a question of perspective. Although, what matters is the perspective we choose to adopt. You are possessed of bright eyes, Halyck, eyes that bespeak great understanding. They shan't lead you astray, so trust to them and to what they see. Go now and resume your training. I look forward to marking your progress when next we meet. Okay, so it looks like we made a friend, or friends, and maybe made, not an enemy, but not necessarily someone that likes us. We'll just do Gil. And that unlocks the next one. School of Hard Knocks. Guildmaster Luciane wishes you to learn how to see things from different perspectives. It pleases me to see how you have grown as an archer. Plainly, you have taken my counsel to heart and learned to see with your own eyes. I would now, however, have you discover what it means to behold things from a different standpoint. You will recall Leia Alipo, one of your seniors at the guild. I have given you over to her care for this lesson, Speak with her and do as she bids. Alright. I've been expecting you, Halyck. Shall we get on with it then? First, a quick review. Remember how the Bowmaster had you seek out and destroy targets hidden throughout the city? Well, I would have you do the same. This time, however, you will need to venture outside the gates. I'm sure you've realized this by now, but there is no guarantee of safety within the 12's Wood. As you search, you should take care to mind your surroundings. You won't have the luxury of focusing solely on your quarry this time. You'll have to keep your eyes peeled for potential threats as well. That said, your objective is to destroy the targets alone, so avoid unnecessary combat and maintain a safe distance from any hostile creatures you encounter. Should you come under attack, take to your heels, risking direct confrontation only if you can't outrun your pursuers. The targets are hidden in the central shroud. As before, use the heavy shot technique to destroy each one with a single arrow. Go well, Halyck. Okay. We'll just go ahead and just teleport over there. It's just outside the gates, but we'll just go down here anyway. No big deal. All right. So we'll head up north here. And, whoops. We have to find 6 targets. Again, the orange circles help us out, but we can see some targets already. Okay. Well, there's a bunch over here. Wow. I thought it was going to be like 2, 2, and 2, but unfortunately, or fortunately rather, actually not too bad. Oh, we get it? No? Wait, what? Did that work? There we go. I think you might be able to hear my cat in the background. She's not very thrilled that I am focusing on this instead of her. Okay, that's number 4. A couple more here. I don't know if these are going to aggro on me. I'm 6 or 7 levels ahead of them. Okay, and last but not least, I'll get this guy. All right. She's back at the guild, so we'll go back there real quick. See if this is a 2-parter as well. I can't remember how many of these have multiple stages to them, but we'll kind of see here. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, so there she is. We're not, I don't think we're done quite yet. Well, you made short work of those targets, I must say. It seems you've learned to seek your prey without being preyed upon. Let's continue then. I have a mind to give you more practical experience, and we received a request just recently, which I think will provide the perfect opportunity. It seems tree slugs and vultures have been congregating in ever-increasing numbers in the vicinity of the honey yard, causing no end of trouble for the locals. We have been tasked with culling the beasts. This request comes direct from Stillglade Fane. When the Wood Whalers and the God's Quiver cannot spare the forces to attend to such matters, the conjurers often turn to us for help, and before you ask, there's good reason why they would rather not see to this particular task themselves. The creatures in question possess abilities which can cause problems for the magically inclined, but that's quite enough about conjurers' troubles. Luciane taught you how to discern an enemy's key traits, did she not? Well, now you'll need to do so while maintaining situational awareness, lest you be overrun. Consider this a comprehensive review of her lessons and mine own. Your orders are as follows. Head out into the East Shroud, and there put down 8 tree slugs and 8 vultures, using all of your skills as an archer. Good hunting, Halyck. Okay. Oh, oops, wrong door. Alright, so moving on from targets to real enemies this time, just like in the last quest. We're going to take the ferry, I think. So we'll go up here to the Lancers Guild Shard, and we should be able to take this to the East Shroud. And I think it puts us kind of close to where we need to go. Sweeping plume. Ba, ba, ba. Okay. All right. Ah, there's our vulture. Vultures, actually. The death scream is a little aggressive. All right. I think the poison will kill it. Yep. Let's see here. Any more? Let's see. Those are probably for this. Oh, there might be some more down there. Ah, there we go. There's the slugs. Okay. At least these are giving us some experience, which is nice. The other things weren't because they were so low. So it kind of makes it a little bit worth our time. Okay. All right. I think there's... Yep, there they are. You see two more vultures. All right. Can't do that quite yet. Let's do... I keep clicking on the wrong thing. Teleports back. I think this should be the end of this quest, I think. Okay. Let's see how we did. I always think that this person's name is Chantel Soup. Keep mispronouncing these names. Alright. Leia. Judging by your smug expression, I'd say you've acquired a feel for maneuvering to exploit enemy weaknesses whilst covering your own. Vultures are wont to keep their opponents at wing's length, and their attacks will send you flying. The solution to this is simple: maneuver to the rear. Tree slugs, on the other hand, have an annoying knack of disrupting spellcasting with their secretions. As such, you would do well to keep the creatures away from any mages in your party. Needless to say, good positioning is the key to success in battle, which is why it is absolutely essential that you know your target's traits. The knowing of these traits is a fundamental part of hunting. Before the Keepers of the Moon conceived of archery, they dwelt not in the city, but in the forest. For my people, hunting was a way of life. In hindsight, I suppose this was more of a lesson on hunting than on archery. Luciane knows well my past, so mayhap this was her intent. Hunting, too, is an art. Before I came to Gridania, I never gave it much thought. But the more I think of home, the more I begin to realize. Forgive me, I'm not usually given to fits of sentiment. Truly, forget I said anything. But do not forget that a hunter must recognize his prey's weakness and strike swiftly when the opportunity presents itself. That concludes the lesson. Now, I suggest you pay Luciane a visit. She is doubtless eager to hear from you. Okay. Ooh, cutscene. It is good to see you, Halyck. I hope you have learned much from Leia. You, adventurer, is it true? Are you the one who slew the tree slugs and vultures? Yeah. How dare she entrust the security of our people to the hands of a stranger? I knew Makote were reckless, but she is downright irresponsible. Shame on her. Did I not warn you that it was folly to suffer the woman's presence in our guild, Luciane? Every time she wastes an arrow on game, she drags our noble art back into the darkness. Aye, and this boy, too. He is an embarrassment to us all. That is quite enough, Sylviere. Your skill with the bow is undeniable, as is your love for our nation. Yet, there is much and more you have yet to learn about archery. Halyck has matured greatly in the short time that he has been with us. You know this to be true. I suggest you come to terms with Halyck's presence here. You will be giving him his next lesson, after all. Unless, of course, you have any objections. Good. As for you, Halyck, I would have you devote yourself wholly to training ahead of your lesson with Sylviere. Suffice it to say, he will not be an easy instructor to impress. On that, we can agree. Before you take your leave, there is something I would tell you. You are as dedicated a student as have ever set foot in these halls. In recognition of your fervor for learning, I hereby grant you permission to join the other guilds. Naturally, you will need to obtain the express permission of the relevant guildmaster, but I doubt that any will refuse one such as you. In Gridania, you will find guilds representing lancers, conjurers, leatherworkers, carpenters, and botanists. You are free to seek membership in any that piques your interest. I ask that you keep but one thing in mind. Although there is merit in exploring new avenues, there is also virtue in pursuing a single discipline with all one's heart. The decision is ultimately yours to make. Whichever path you take, be it that of the bow or no, I shall follow your progress with interest, for in you I see the making of greatness. That's very nice. Let's do some boots. Well, at least the guildmaster has our back, you know? I feel like that's a good thing. The armory is unlocked. You now have access to the armory system. Quests to unlock the other classes can be undertaken by speaking to the receptionist in the corresponding guild. There exist myriad disciplines in Eorzea that adventurers can take up. For the most rewarding experience, however, it is recommended that you first focus on mastering your current class. Hey, and we leveled to 17. Look at that. Okay. Well, we managed to get a couple of these class quests done. We have one more that's available to us. Violators will be shot, and that's our level 15 quest. But I think this is a great place to stop, and we'll pick it up on the next episode.